This is the Philly, Joe, and Vicki podcast.
The Philly, Joe, and Vicki podcast.
A house shaker of a overnight. Well, not just overnight. It was storming
Late last night?
Yeah, all last night, and it was late afternoon too. I remember my wife driving home from work, and she said it's like a spaceship. Everything just went completely black, like the clouds rolled in.
It was twofold, really. It started at about out west. Anyway, I was out west, but it started at about 6-ish. Then came back after 10-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there was a nice little pocket of decent weather there. You could have a bit of an evening.
And then all of a sudden, your free ticket to the Sound and Light show hit, and it's still hitting this morning. And the forecast is weird because they can't really tell you if it's going to hit again or not. There is a risk throughout the day today of showers or thunderstorms and very, very windy. The wind right now is gusting to 63.
Good luck making any plans outside.
Yeah.
It's kind of a crapshoot. But all night, I don't know about you guys, just constantly woken up by that thunder. It was shaking the house.
Yeah, it was, and we're seeing reports of that on our social medias. The house. A lot of people saying, my house shook from that lightning and thunder. It was a crazy overnight.
And just when you start to drift off again, boom, there it is again. So a lot of maybe grumpy people at work in the office today.
Well,
just watch for that. Didn't get a good night's sleep.
You claimed you barely slept, eh, Vicki?
I just kept getting woken up throughout the night, so it wasn't a solid sleep.
Mm-hmm.
If you have pets, a lot of dogs don't do well with thunder and the lightning or trees. You might wake up to a fallen tree this morning because of those winds too and the lightning strikes.
Could see that. See, I wake up well documented various times throughout the night anyway. Like I'm a very light sleeper, so I'm kind of a storm is just another night for me. I'm always, and I wake up and walk around the house. Do you just roll over and go back to sleep?
I try to. What are you doing up there?
I just like looking out windows, making sure everything's safe. I'm a real.
They call them neighborhood watch out there in Canterbury Park.
Somebody's got to do it.
I'm the ultimate neighborhood watch guy.
If you live next door, across the street, or behind him, it's good. But if you're half a block down, he's not leaving the house.
The Philly, Joe, and Vicki podcast.
By the way, speaking of racing, Usain Bolt's birthday today. Every time I look at you, Phil, I always think of the guy.
It was close. I've heard from a few people that our running styles are very similar.
I thought so, especially near the tail end.
Yeah.
When you picked it up, I'll tell you.
Is he still the fastest guy in the world?
Well, not anymore. It's Rager, who's 3 years older than Bolt.
You know, he's actually on the bone phone today. So,
What, Rager?
Yeah, he is. Yeah. Let's start with this one though, and maybe we can help. This is Cliff Clavin. He's got some problems with a new phone. Joe, you and I just got new phones.
Oh, mine. I'm still trying to get my. Okay.
You're going to relate.
Yeah. So a while back, Philly basically asked me to get a new phone because he was having a hard time hearing me. And what he didn't know is I was actually already getting a new phone. It arrived about, about 3 or 4 weeks ago now. And I've been having no end of trouble with this phone. I mean, it was just, I couldn't pick up calls. It always wanted to go into safe mode. Most of the options on the screen just weren't working. Spent a lot of time trying to hunt around and figure out what was going on. And then I finally thought, you know what? I'll install this update. Maybe that'll fix the problem. So I installed the update, and it fixed the problem. But the problem I have is you're sending phones out with this many issues. Now, come on, guys. Let's get it together.
That's a lot of issues. Like Joe, your issues were mostly, and this is common, losing contacts when you get a new phone.
Like never before, though. Like more now than ever. And it's almost a game now. Every day, especially if there's a group text. I had one of these yesterday. 4 people on a group text. 3 of them with their number, one, with the name, one without the name, just the number.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to guess who in the group. So it was an easy one there. But I've had it the other way, where you get 1 with the name and 3 without the name, and now you got to figure who the other 3 are in the conversation.
Do you send a private text to the name person and be like, who else is in this?
I
chat?
can't even lie anymore. I got a new phone, lost contact. People know me now. That's all over. I can get away with it now. Technology wise.
No one likes doing it, and usually you'll try to figure out by the tone of the message who it is.
Yeah.
Like maybe if I look You know what I
Yes,
mean? Maybe
yes.
if I go back and forth a little bit, I can sort this
That's
out.
what I'm saying. It's like a puzzle.
Yeah.
Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, loads of fun.
Especially for the price of phones nowadays. You didn't
Yeah.
realize the extra game that came with it.
Okay, Highway Girl, we met her at the
yeah.
race of the century. She hasn't called the bone phone in a while. I feel like she's talked about zippering before, and this one always starts up some conversation.
Yeah, Highway Girl here. Wanted to say thanks for the great time at the race. But what I'm really calling about, I'm not on the highway right now. And I recognize that it is idiocy on the roads in Manitoba just never ends. How long is it going to take for the majority of people to get on board with the zipper merge?
Never.
I mean, really, people, do we need public service announcements from like every level of government to just get people to zipper merge? What the hell? Everybody gets so frustrated. People are moving over before they need to move over, and then when it comes to the actual zipper merge, people are all pissed off and chaos.
Yeah, I there's just half the population who, and they have admitted it on the bone phone and on the text line. I will never zipper merge.
Is it that they don't want to be in the lane that has to merge? They want to get into the right lane right away? Or is it that people aren't letting them in? Or is it both?
My sense is they feel like they're being cut off. Like it's not zipper
if
merging.
they let somebody in.
You're going to the front of the line to go ahead of me, and this should not be allowed, and I will not partake.
Yeah. If you've got both lanes clogged up, I seem to think it works better. Right? It's when you have that one lane open where people zoom in and then they get in. That's when you get the little aggression on the other side where they're going, oh, really? I've been sitting here for 4 minutes.
Oh, really?
And you just all of a sudden think you're going to track in on the side lane.
Yeah.
So it's twofold, I guess. Yeah.
This Rager call, I listen to the end. The end is what makes me laugh, and I think this is going to be the tone of a lot of his calls going forward.
Good morning, Philly, Vicki, and Joe. Rager here, calling with a morning rage. Driving in the Inkster Industrial Park here on Church. Now, Church used to be 2 lanes. Now it is a single car lane and a bike lane. Regardless whether I like that or not, doesn't make it any difference. But, people, it's a bike lane. It has a painting of a bicycle in it. And it's not as wide as the car lane.
Dead giveaway.
You can't drive in there. You can't pull up beside me a stop sign, give me a dirty look, and then speed off in a bike lane while you're in a car, you dumb shit. I don't care if I am going a little bit slower than your preference. I go fast whenever I want to. Trust me, I want to race.
They tied that in. I think he's going to tie it into all his calls now.
Well, it sounds like he's training for, what is it, a decathlon now? He can run and race.
Okay, let's wrap with this here. We were talking about a show that Vicki watches called Alone. It's a survival show.
Yeah.
I may start watching it. We had a lot of people commenting, and we'll wrap with a comment about it.
Hey, it's Loud Guy. I heard you guys talking about the show Alone. I'm actually surprised you're not talking about the new one that's been on, Alone South Africa.
Oh, yeah, I've been watching that.
To me,
Really?
this one's the ultimate alone. Like, you got rhinos, baboons, like wildebeest, warthogs, scorpions.
Ooh,
The water sucks. They have to boil the water or they get really sick. This series, I think, is one of the toughest ones I've seen.
Yeah, for sure. The baboons are really scary. There's like 50 of them on a hill, and this woman had to yell to kind of mark her territory to scare them off.
out.
That works?
No
Just
way.
yelling at 50
It
baboons?
suits you, actually.
I mean, if you don't have many options. I have that. Now all of a sudden I'm interested in this show. You know?
Right? Hey.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I
By the
still
way-
like my hotel version I'm working on. Maybe I'll watch the show and start getting some hotel ideas.
Put a baboon in that hotel
But-
room.
I'll tell
and
you.
But
everyone's
remember,
watching.
if you're scared, just yell at the baboon. You're good.
That's
Yeah.
50 of them on a hill, Phil.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
Don't forget about the 92.1 City World Tour, The Who. When you do hear the song of the day, Pinball Wizard today, by the way. Make sure you text the word WIN and your name to 762-555. You could be the next qualifier to see the legendary band before they wrap it up for real in Vancouver. I think that's the tour, isn't it? It's called. We're wrapping it up for realsies.
For realsies?
For realsies, yeah.
That's what made it official. The realsies.
How do you spell that?
IES ending.
Okay,
They're trying to be hip. They're trying to be hip now with realsies. Vicki, how was the Downs last night? Betting on the ponies. You've got Joe and I.
Stoked.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because we love going to the Downs, betting on horses. Yes, and you were there last night.
You know what? It's a fun night. It doesn't have to be expensive unless you bet like me. It was ladies' night. A lot of fancy hats going on.
You got to have a nice hat, like some kind of extra. You don't got to, but it's the one place you can wear a big fancy hat and nobody asks any questions.
Well, no one's complaining. Could you take your hat off? I'm trying to watch the race. It's totally allowed.
I mean, some of them were huge. Some ladies had them and they were all lit up with lights.
Yeah.
Like, people went all out. I left my hat at home because it was kind of a date night and, I didn't want Matt getting a brim in the face. So.
When you guys are making out while you're watching the horse.
Hardcore.
Your horse.
Nothing gets me amped up like horse racing.
The horse wins and all of a sudden sucking face right there in front of everybody under a hat.
Taking out Matt's eyes with that.
That's what the hat's for, just to kind of hide it.
No, I told you off air, I used to go with my grandpa. He loved betting on the horses. And that's he'd always insist when he came to visit that we go to the track and he would pull out the book and show me. I mean, I don't ever remember winning much money, but man, he thought he was an expert. He would show me.
Oh, don't they all?
Oh, yeah, how to bet on the horses, how you pick a winner, all that stuff.
It's funny because my late wife's grandfather bought into a couple of horses. He would never drive into the city anymore, so they got him one of those big satellite dishes at the time. You remember? Like the big ones in the yard so he could watch the races at home. And he bought in to a horse, which he thought was the coolest, right? Because now you own a piece of something you'd enjoy doing. But he was a terrible gambler. But you couldn't tell him because he'd get frustrated like 2 times a week because he was never winning money on betting. And then whatever he did think he was going to win, he was putting into the horse race. So it was a vicious circle.
Yeah.
But I entered a contest to name a horse once. And the name I came up with was Rapid Reins for a horse. It was the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life. I was
Rapid Reins as like the reign of a horse?
Yes, I was 13 years old. I entered this contest. Such a terrible name.
No.
It did not win the contest.
It might not have won, but Rapid Reins isn't terrible.
Yeah, I don't hate it.
Oh, God.
Anyway, we can all agree the track is a great night.
So fun.
Yeah.
Check it out before the season's
Ladies'
over.
night. Is that every Wednesday?
It
with the hats?
is. It is.
Oh, hey.
See you there next week.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
None of us are meteorologists in this room, but I do want to ask you guys something if you've ever heard of this before, because I want to know if it's a myth or if it's actually a fact. I was always led to believe that when, because we had the big storm overnight and yesterday as well, that the lightning flashes and then you count 1, 2, 3, and then the thunder goes, and that tells you, like, for example, that if it's 4 seconds, that's 4 miles away the lightning was. And if it's right on top of each other, it hits somewhere right around where you are.
See,
have you ever heard that before, or is that a myth?
I've heard some form of that. I don't know the exact math, though.
yeah, I've heard lightning, or thunder. I can't remember which one, but I didn't hear a combination of the both like you have. And would you believe this? In the Manitoba Open yesterday, I played with a guy who's a retired meteorologist. You couldn't have come up with this question a day before.
I should have texted you.
I was with him for 5.5 hours. I could have drilled him with questions about the weather.
How did you not?
Did he see this storm coming? Any word?
Yes, it was funny because he goes, "Oh, you know what? I'm telling you, those clouds over there, they're going to move in fast." And I'm going, "It was like what? What? You're retired."
And that would be
You
cool.
never lose it.
Light travels before sound, lightning first. Yeah, I know. I knew that the lightning was first, but I just meant that whole formula that I just laid out, is that something that is true? Like, to figure out how far away the lightning is. Like, is it right in my neighborhood, or is that like across the city? Because you can see lightning, right, for miles and miles and miles.
Somebody on the text line says, kids and I were doing exactly what you said last night. 1 second for a mile is what we thought.
Okay, that's
1 second.
That's kind of what you said.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
But is it lightning, thunder together,
Yeah.
or is it thunder, lightning?
Lightning, thunder. So the
Yeah,
lightning
it's a
goes,
combo.
And then you
and then you count. Ba-boom, ba-boom,
Okay.
ba-boom, ba-boom. So
That's the quinella in horse racing.
that's
I
what
think.
I figured. Yeah. And then Vicki, would you say, because you were saying you live in, not you don't live in fear, but
I do live in fear though. Kinda of lightning hitting my house. I don't know if anyone else had that thought lying in bed being awoken by the thunder, but I was like, what if lightning hits? I remember when I was a kid, there was a big rainstorm. Our street flooded. Me and the neighbor girl were in a little kiddie pool floating down the road.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's a good memory. Her dog was in there, but the Perkins sign on Pembina got hit by lightning, and we drove over there to see the aftermath of it. I mean, it was just like a smoking sign or whatever, but I always remember that.
But I guess houses get hit by lightning. It's not an irrational fear.
Right?
It's still you hear the numbers. It's pretty low percentages that your house is going to get hit by lightning. But trees around your house get hit all the time.
Listen, if I learned anything at the racehorses or the
track
Downs last night, it's that I don't know odds on things.
Yeah.
So I've got irrational fears coming out the wazoo.
You're not wrong, though, Phil. Like, I live in a pretty wooded area in Charleswood there, and trees are always an issue. Like, coming to work on a day like today, it's not a surprise to see some broken branches and that kind of stuff, right? But we're getting a lot about the calculation here.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're right. It's used to roughly calculate the distance between the speed of sound and that kind of stuff as well. This is really...
I feel validated a little bit. Not that this was my calculation, but still that I heard that it wasn't a myth. That all my life when I do the counting, it's because sometimes you hear that and it's like, no, that's not true.
Here's the question. How many times is that really going to come into your life, like when you're sitting there going...
Counting.
Yeah, like, I mean, I was on a golf course yesterday. I kind of looked, and then we saw lightning. Then the horn went off. There was no time to calculate anything. Somebody made the decision for us. Do you know what I mean?
Somebody else was doing the math.
Yeah.
But now you can do the counting in the future.
Absolutely. You taught me something on the show today. Thank you very much.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
My niece Charlotte asked if we have any Foo Fighters Everlong coming up this morning. And I'm like, you know what? You might be in luck. I had to look at the music log, and there it was. So... worked out perfectly. Good morning, Charlotte. 92.1 City, Winnipeg's rock station.
Charlotte, do me a favor and ask your other uncles what they can do for you this morning, because this is your best uncle right here.
The ability to play a song.
Yeah, that's right. While we're doing shout-outs, how about this one on the Boston Pizza text line? Happy 50th birthday to Big Talkin' Bruce.
That's a good nickname.
That is a good nickname.
Big Talkin'.
I don't think we've ever heard of Big Talkin' Bruce on the Bone Phone or text line before.
Well, his buddy wants to send the message out.
Tremendous. 50, big one, too. Enjoy.
Oh, it's the boys that are calling him Big Talkin' Bruce. He's not calling that himself. I love it.
You know there's a good story there.
Yep.
I want to play this call for you and then get your guys' reaction. We love dishing out advice, whether you ask for it or not. But in this case, this guy's asking for the advice about credit card fraud, and if we've experienced this and, maybe we can help. I don't know.
Conversation topic for you guys. Have any of you ever had your credit card information stolen? And what was the result? About a month ago, I took my son to Toronto for a few days. We had a couple of concerts to go to. We went to a Jays game, to the zoo. We were all over the place. And I was using my credit card for pretty much every transaction. And a couple days after I got back, I logged into my banking app and I was looking at everything just to make sure everything was legit. Everything looked good. Normally, I don't use that card a lot, so I wasn't really looking at it more frequently after that. But my new statement always comes out on the 10th of the month, so I figured around the 12th, I went to go look at my statement, and I was floored. I almost had a heart attack because my account balance had ballooned. I had 67 unauthorized transactions, $5,200. It was all Dollarama and Walmart in Ontario. So I'm dealing with the fallout of that. And what kind of boggles my mind is, don't they have any kind of security technology in place where it's, let's say, by the fourth or fifth $75 Dollarama transaction of the day, that it triggers a red flag somewhere? I just can't believe that this went on for 2 weeks. Anyways, what do you guys say?
I don't know. He didn't mention who his bank is, but I believe my bank, if there's a bunch of interactions at the same place like that in a given day.
I think it's usually, is it above $100? That might set off some alarms, but I think the people who steal these cards will purposely keep the numbers low just so it goes under the radar.
Well, one worry he might have or have to deal with is the fact that it happened in Ontario, where he was. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
Usually you can prove that, so he's going to have to prove to them that his dates weren't the same dates that he was there. But somebody obviously swiped the number off of a card or something with... There's those scanners out there or something, right? That could happen to anybody. That story right there, right? He didn't get scammed by somebody. Somebody swiped his card somehow or got his information. That's
But usually
crazy.
you can talk to the credit card company and they've got the insurance. And actually, credit card is kind of best case scenario in most cases because they'll forgive the charges and all that.
But he's got to fight that now because of Ontario being in there.
Yeah, inconvenience. I've only had one experience with it, and actually my credit card caught it. They contacted me saying but they were small charges. It was like 43 cents and $1.35 because that's what they do. They do smaller ones to see if the card works and to see if you notice. Yeah. So if you ever see those charges that you don't recognize and they're really small, be aware of that.
You can lock your cards too, right now, too, if you find out ahead of time,
Yeah, I've had it happen, I want to say twice in the last... For sure, I think year we've had to get new credit cards in our house because we've been defrauded or had. One of them was through one of the kids' PlayStation accounts or the family's PlayStation account, so where they buy their games and stuff. So there was a whole whack of PlayStation charges.
That's a good one. Are you sure they weren't your charges for extra games?
We cross-examined the kids. We made sure it wasn't them.
The Philly, Joe, and Vicki podcast. Be a good person.
Rate or review this show wherever you subscribe and get PJ&B into more ears.
Have either of you ever had a scam? Because we were talking scams, credit card scam came up. We got a phone call question about it. Sorry for that, dude, man. That sucks. And then you there's an investigation and everything else. But have you ever had a scam that was sort of creepy feeling or like just really weird or like, you know what I mean? There's the basic scams, and then there's one that's a little more in-depth. Yeah. And I'll give you an example, and Joe has heard this story before. I had a phone call once with a guy on the other end of the phone saying, I have video footage of you in front of your laptop, if you know what I mean.
Oh, sure, yeah.
And you gotta, it was extortion.
And this was a phone call?
It was a phone call.
Because have you ever gotten that email? Hey, pervert. Just me?
No.
Okay.
What does it go on to say?
No, it's the same thing. It's like, I've got footage from your laptop.
Okay, maybe I have. I probably have had that.
Phone call, that's interesting.
Well, that's pretty in-depth. He got the email and the phone call. But you know what? I know what you're saying. It's based on realism. Sometimes, you get a call. I'm not, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you got to stop there and think for half a second because let's say it's from a bank. And it happens to be the bank you deal with. And then you start. I had that happen with CRA. It wasn't CRA, but they were calling, and you have to wonder, is this really Canada Revenue Agency? Which will usually get you up in arms a little bit anyway, right? And then you're trying to figure out, and then they have a little bit of information from you.
By the way, I don't know what you mean that these are based on realism. This whole thing
Not
in front
yours.
of the laptop,
Not yours,
it was
but
totally...
I'm starting to wonder.
It was erroneous.
Hey. Most people got just a letter or a phone call. There's only a very limited few that got both.
The Philly, Joe, and Vicki podcast.
A lot of stories about scams on the text line and some people questioning my laptop story. We'll get back into that after 8 o'clock and we'll read some of these text messages. Right now, though, Joe Coy tickets on the line as well as passes for Taste of Manitoba. Joe has the question.
I will say this. There is no one else that has said or stepped forward saying they got both a phone call and an email.
Yeah.
Hey.
It's one or the other.
For the good of the investigation, I figured I needed to be honest.
That's true. Good for you. 1/4 of men that took this survey, 1/4 of men, 25% said doing this makes them very, very nervous.
1/4.
Yep. 25% of guys said doing this makes them very nervous.
780 City, 780-2484. Good morning. Go ahead with your guess.
Can I take you, Red Dragon?
The Red Dragon. Okay, yes. I'm going to go with public speaking, although it might be a bigger number.
It's not on the list, but I think you're right. That could be a higher than 25%.
Sure.
Yeah.
I think most people.
Probably 3/4, hey?
Yeah.
Good morning, City.
Hi, can I get a lifeline?
Philly or Vicki?
Let's go Philly.
Back-to-back Phillies here. 1/4. Say this makes them nervous. When the boss sends an email saying, "Can I see you after your shift today?" Like some kind of message from the boss.
Nothing to do with work, actually. Okay, I'll take that. I'll take work right off the list.
Little hint there.
Those are the worst, by the way. Like,
Yeah.
hey,
Oh,
can I
that
see
email?
you at the end of the day? Why don't you just deal with it now? Now I got to think about this all day.
Friendly reminder, you got a meeting this morning.
Oh, God. I
All
forgot.
of us. All of us. It's all of us.
780 City, good morning.
Good morning. Is it parallel parking?
Not parallel parking. That's a good one.
Really good guess.
I just brought that up with my buddy one day. We were having lunch on Corydon, and he was driving, and we parked on McMillan, a street over. And I said, what was wrong with Corydon? There was no construction or anything. But he doesn't know how to parallel park. He doesn't want the pressure.
Oh,
so
wow.
he just parked.
I bet you if he was by himself, he'd do it. It's parallel
Yeah.
parking in front of somebody
Yeah,
else.
it could be, yeah.
Well, Corydon has all the patios and everything,
Yeah, it's a
too, so
little
everyone's watching
spectator sport there.
you. Yeah.
An audience. Good morning, City. Go ahead with your guess.
Could I get Philly for a lifeline?
You're on the hot seat today.
Yeah,
1/4 of men. Maybe that's why, because it's guys. Say
Yeah.
doing this makes them very nervous.
Oh, a trip to the doctor's office. That's why guys don't do it as much as they should.
Number 2, going to the dentist/doctor.
Nice one.
Yeah.
Joe Coy tickets on the line. Taste of Manitoba passes. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Not
Good.
bad.
Good. I got a guess there. Is it prostate check?
No, doctor, dentist, that's number 2. So you're right around the Jets net.
You got to get it done, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Too many guys.
Some
put it
doctors
off.
starting earlier now for men.
Hello.
Used to be 50.
Yeah.
Now my doctor started at 40.
Really?
The prostate exam, yeah.
You don't have to get one every time you go in, by the way.
No, once a year
Yeah.
for the annual.
Like
You can request the second one, I guess.
They
if
don't
you want,
do it,
but
though. Yeah. Hi, City.
Hi, guys. Would it be getting a haircut with a new stylist?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, it would
That's
be.
it? Is that what it
Yes.
is? Oh, man.
Wow.
Yeah. Are you any good? Yeah. Guys, well, with their hair, it's a sensitive issue for a lot of guys. I mean, what's a percentage of guys, with going bald and everything else and, trying somebody new, trying a new haircut. Yeah.
Every guy says it's too short. Oh, they cut it too short.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
every time after a haircut.
That's right.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
And then in the next 35 minutes, 30 minutes, song of the day for The Who in Vancouver. I feel the buzz growing ever since you referred to The Who, something to do with realsies earlier this morning.
I said it's their retirement tour for realsies.
That was, man, you appeal to that younger audience like nobody's business.
That's why I joined TikTok. It seems to be Snapchat's still not doing it for me. So
Yeah.
I moved on to TikTok.
You want those videos to last till the end of time. You
That's
can't be
right.
forgotten like on Snapchat.
Taking it with me.
Have you ever posted on TikTok? And I haven't either. So I'm not trying to throw you like I don't.
No, I can't say that I have.
Me neither. I have it on my phone. My kids will use it. Vicki, clearly you're way more in the loop on this sort of stuff.
You guys are on there.
I'm on TikTok.
I just put you there yesterday.
On TikTok?
Yeah.
Okay, yes. Obviously.
Can you help me get a TikTok account?
I sure can.
Let's do it.
Yeah. What's your niche going to be? You need a niche to really get the views
I'm
up.
just gonna. Oh, really? There's going to be some work involved? I just wanted to open an account.
By niche, do you mean like here's Joe at his restaurant? Like, for example.
Well, it's just
or-
like, what are you offering to your viewers? What are you bringing to the table? For Joe, maybe it would be, Gen Z slang because he's so in on that.
Okay.
Maybe he's the translator for an older generation.
Wow.
That's not bad.
Sounds like a lot of work.
So, but TikTok, it's I've never quite understood it. Like it's a lot like Reels on
It's
on
exactly
Instagram.
like
You
Reels.
just
Reels
post
is a ripoff of TikTok, in fact. So if you like Reels, TikTok's the same thing.
So, so if I get Reels, then I should be able to do TikTok too. I've just never invested the right amount of time.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing.
That's for reals too now, you see?
Oh man, would you save it? You're just
Get this man on
TikTok. Here I come.
This is the Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
I'm pretty choked immediately with this TikTok thing, Vicki.
I wish people were in the room for this process.
That you got us on board with. Apparently, it's a big deal.
Both signing up for TikTok and just really struggling. Well, you both did it. I will say that. You followed.
I thought my name would just be red_dragon. Instead, it's red_dragon 7066.
Yeah. There were 7,000 red dragons who had the same idea as
But
you.
I don't feel like I okayed that. It just gave me that. If there was that many other red dragons, I might have gone with something else.
You can change it in, what was it, 24 hours, Joe?
Yeah,
change your
once
screen name?
in 30 days.
Oh, 30 days. 30 days?
Yeah, I'm looped in.
They don't want you changing it every day.
But
so you're Joey Vowels, and you got a number in there too?
27.
Okay.
My lucky number.
But haven't you ever done that? You go to get an email and they suggest a list of them and it's whatever you put and then they put a sequence of numbers.
Yeah.
There's just too many people with the same idea.
That's right. I just didn't feel like I saw that list. I just thought, Red Dragon. Nope, 7,066. It looks very unoriginal when there's almost 7,100 other Red
I keep
Dragons.
trying to follow Phil, but it won't allow me to. I don't know what's
Do you got
going
the
on
underscore in there? Because it's red underscore
No, I'm
dragon.
just hitting follow next to his name, but nothing.
I have you blocked. No.
You know what? This might not be for me.
I
think you might want to stick with LinkedIn. And Vicki, I don't know if you know this.
LinkedIn.
Joe is Mr. LinkedIn. He's he's the king.
You want a
of
job
LinkedIn.
in the oil fields? I'm your guy.
The Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
Quickly, before we dive into chat with Shaun Murphy, who's at Rumors this week, I want both of you, Joe and Vicki, to look at Shaun. Do you see any Jeff Goldblum?
Ooh. Is it the glasses that's doing it for you?
Maybe. You got the facial hair, too. Is that you okay with that?
I would love this. Very exciting for me.
Okay,
I feel
good.
like I've gotten Jeff Goldblum a couple times now as I've gotten older, and it's better than, things I've gotten in the past, why does he look like that? Where's Waldo? Stuff like that. I'll take Jeff Goldblum.
I
every
can see
day.
a little Pee Wee Herman, too.
This is the crap I'm trying to get rid of.
Yeah.
Let's go back to
bring you up and
Goldblum.
we smack you down.
No, but a great documentary on Pee Wee Herman.
I've heard that.
I just saw.
I've
Yes,
heard
very
that.
well done.
Well, Shaun, we'll stick to Goldblum and avoid the Pee Wee Herman
The doc
references.
isn't about how hot he is. I'll tell you that much.
No, it's not. No.
Welcome to the 92.1 City
Awesome.
Studios. Is this the first time for you in Winnipeg?
Third time in Winnipeg. I opened up for Mark Norman at the casino.
I saw that. You were
really?
great.
Oh, thank you.
Loved
and then
it.
I opened for Dan Soder at Rumors, and now I'm here headlining Rumors.
We're big Dan Soder fans.
Oh, he's the best. Such a nice guy.
He's been in here, too.
Yeah.
He's a good guy, yeah. So you're from Buffalo. You're living in New York City
Yes,
right
sir.
now.
Yes, sir.
New York City's a place to be if you're in stand-up comedy,
It is the best
right?
city in the world for stand-up, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Easy way to keep busy, and you're a Buffalo Sabres fan, so we leaned in on that right away.
Unfortunately, I know. That's why I say I feel right at home at Winnipeg's. Snow, Tim Hortons, no Stanley Cups. These are my people, baby.
That's right.
I was looking at your Instagram, and one of the videos that was making me laugh is a woman tried to take a selfie with you right in the middle of the set.
Truly insane.
Do you find that audiences, maybe post-COVID, their behavior is a little off from the past?
I think everyone's behavior is like it. I have a big pet peeve. I don't know if you guys could relate to this. People in public now just pretend they're not in public. They'll be on their speaker phones. They'll be listening to music without headphones, and you're just like, what has happened to people? Like, you're not in your house. I went to see a movie a year ago. Guy, get this, takes off all his clothes.
All
of his
underwear?
He
As
goes,
if
he goes
he's
down to
watching
underwear.
at home.
As if he's watching at home. He goes down to his underwear. Shoes off. He goes to use the bathroom, and I'm like, well, he'll pop his pants back on. No, just like he's going to the bathroom in his house, walks to the hallway to the bathroom, just boxer shorts on. Just crazy behavior, people.
Okay, this might be a really stupid question. What was the movie?
It was it's called The Order. It's a great movie. Jude Law hunts Nazis, so you really want to get nice and comfy in your boxers while you're watching that,
That was Vicky's way of asking if it was adult entertainment, the movie, I think.
Well, I'm just glad it wasn't a kid's movie.
Really
Just
friggin'
wanted to know
weird.
the demographic of it all,
But you're so right. People on the speakerphone, that's another crazy, annoying one. And you see that all the time. Like yelling into their phone. Because is it younger younger people that don't put the phone to their ear now. They're always yelling
I missed
at
that
it
memo.
on
It's like people are treating their phones like walkie-talkies
Yes.
all of a sudden, and I don't know when that started.
It's like the voice to text. A lot of them are using that now. Yeah.
I don't know. People need to be more embarrassed by their behavior. This is what I'm trying to get at.
I think so. We all forgot how to behave in public.
Yes,
bottom line,
100%.
So sorry, someone tried to take a selfie with you while you were on stage.
Yeah, so I was doing a club in New York, and this woman. It's actually even worse than that because a woman stood up and she's like, "Can you take a picture of me and my friends?" She asked me in the middle of my set. She handed me her phone and was like, "Take a picture of me and my friends." And I my brain couldn't. I had like a mini breakdown. I was just like, "Who do you think you are?"
Yeah.
just crazy behavior.
And there's a rhythm to what you do, like what a comedian does too, right? That can break you out of.
Oh yeah, I mean the whole set now has to be about how mentally insane that woman is.
Did she stay for the rest of the set?
She did stay for the rest of the set. Yeah.
I guess you can't. What are you going to do? You're going to do the walk of shame out of there?
I would if I wished.
Well, sometimes the server's just too busy to take the photo. You go right to the comic.
How's the road? You staying busy? Are you the kind of guy who's on the road all year round?
For the most part, some time off is great. I'll be after this. I'm back in New York City for like 10 days, which I'm excited for. But I like the road. I like seeing different cities. Winnipeg's a great one, so I can't complain.
We hear that all the time. Sorry, Joe, and Rumors. Everybody loves playing.
Oh, great club. Great club. One of the best clubs I've been to. They treat you right. The audiences come out. I mean, Tuesday, Wednesday was packed, and it's Tuesday, Wednesday, so you can't complain.
We have some tickets for Saturday to see Shaun Murphy. And everybody that comes from New York tells us you get so many clubs there to play that when you come to Canada, it's pretty sporadic. So you get a place like Rumors, it's a gem for you guys.
100%.
Right on. Let's do it Saturday. Early show. If you'd like to see Shaun Murphy, text us Murph. Can I call you Murph?
I love it.
Just don't call him Pee Wee Herman.
No.
The Philly Joe and Vicki podcast.
For more Philly Joe and Vicki, lock it into 92.1 City weekday morning 6 to 10.